Trump dump.
He did use the term lamestream media in a tweet this week.
It's called a portmanteau. It's a French word where two words get smushed together. Libtard, for example, what we are.
Yeah.
Liberal and retard, that's one. It's an example of a portmanteau. It sounds like one of those really massive, like whale-like creatures. I think that's also a portmanteau, but I'm sure it's not.
I'm sure I only saw those when watching a David Attenborough show. I'd never seen them before. He was like, out here, the portmanteau. And I was like, what the is this thing? I've never seen one of them before.
I remember that, thinking, what the hell? Who's kept these secret from me? They're massive. Like an albino whale. Why are they not world famous?
Did you see any of the conference he had when the Finnish Prime Minister I apologise to our Finnish listeners.
Oh, yes.
Or Finnish listener.
One of the moments I thought was really unbelievable was when he said Adam Schiff wasn't good enough to carry Mike Pompeo's jockstrap.
He couldn't carry his blank strap.
Why would you even get anyone to imagine Mike Pompeo's jockstrap of all people?
He's a
pretty doesn't look athletic.
No.
I mean, just to even use that in any way to defend or attack is a poor choice.
Everybody heard it. It was a perfect analogy.
They're all vomiting in buckets. Only the Finnish Prime Minister's there going, I don't understand.
Did you see when he tried to crack a joke, the Finnish Prime Minister, and Trump just didn't even acknowledge it? It
was just like, next question.
And the grandmother said, I did do it.
It's like, that kills in Finland.
Tough audience. The Trump administration is scaling back protection for species nearing extinction.
The Council of Evil have met again.
I'm with Trump on this one.
You're not. You are not.
For too long, namby-pamby scientists have warned that a biodiversity crisis will soon put humanity at risk. I mean, how much diversity do we need? He accepted the praise of the author and conspiracy theorist Wayne Allen Root.
Yeah.
And he retweeted it, and I'll just read you some of that. Thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president in the history of the world. He is the second coming of God. And Trump added his own comment at the end of that, which was, wow. Which was exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, we're not expecting the truth, but we are expecting the lies to make some sort of sense.
We're way past that. Christianity Today has come out against Trump. To the many evangelists who continue to support Mr. Trump, in spite of his blackened moral record, remember who you are and whom you serve, as in God.
I am God.
And did you see also the historians have come out against Trump? He's messed with the wrong crowd there, hasn't he? The
librarians as well. They're not too keen on him. Better watch out, Trump. Watch your back.
Could it get any milder than that?
They kind of need better chance.
My favourite one, and one that I think would apply, there was this guy who used to play for Chelsea called Frank Leboeuf, and the original chant was, he's here, he's there, he's every fucking where, Frank Leboeuf, Frank Leboeuf. But then they said, Chelsea fans, do you mind not swearing during the match? So then they changed it to, he's here, he's there, we're not allowed to swear, Frank Leboeuf. I think they need something like that.
I didn't think Chelsea fans were known for their politeness particularly.
And then they obviously went out and had a massive riot after that. But
the Wycombe Wanderers fans had Craig Woodman in their team, and when he was sent off, there was a no Woodman, no cry. No Woodman, no cry.
This is what's amazing about the movement, is that his fan base are just like way below the Chelsea fan.
I don't know how Giuliani speaks. I love the photo. I don't know. What is he? Italian? I don't know how
he's got a kind of husky voice.
Husky. Okay, I'll have to work on my Giuliani.
Like a mafia guy. Husky. He's got a little kind of a lisp.
Kind of like Mike Tyson.
Just do Mike Tyson.
Man, I don't know, man. I want to rip his face off. I want to eat his children. That's what Giuliani said that to Trump.
That's a good Giuliani.
He cancelled a state visit to Denmark. And that seems to be after a tantrum over the Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen's comment when he was talking about wanting to purchase Greenland.
Yeah.
She was like, that is an absurd idea. But in a Danish accent.
Love it. He said she was nasty.
That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
It'd be white, wouldn't it, with him, all the kettles?
Purely white.
Well, gold-plated.
I mean, basically, he goes, I want to buy Greenland. It was just a concept. He was upset by the fact that she said it was absurd.
Which it was.
Which it totally was. There's a whistleblower.
Let's call him Dave.
Who says, I've been told by White House staff that Donald Trump has done something. He collected his information from various sources. He's put it into the whistleblower program, so it is absolutely by the book.
Style guide for whistleblowers.
Exactly. It gets to Acting Intelligence Chief Joseph Maguire. He's like, F me. This isn't about another intelligence person. This is the president.
He may not have actually said me.
No. Probably G, Marge. The focus of the whistleblowing complaint is normally someone in the intelligence community. And as Maguire said himself, the president is not in the intelligence community. No shit, mate. The thing is, if the dirt starts to really stick and he looks like this guy's a lame duck, this is just filth.
They'll be like, let's get Pence in. We need to get him in
just
now.
Ditch him quickly, won't they?
Pence Dump, does that have quite the same? No, it doesn't really, does
We're
it?
never going to do the Pence Dump. That's a promise.
It's kind of a Boris dump, really, this week, isn't it?
Well, he's just gone and f***ing done it, hasn't he? Proroguing Parliament.
Is prorogue a verb? He's prorogued Parliament. Is that a verb?
I don't know if it is, to be honest.
Let's just ask Boris. Prorogue comes from the philosopher Prorogus, who made the first Brexit back in the Defeflin era.
Not bad. Me, I thought Boris was in the booth. He looked up briefly and was like,
F*** off, Boris.
well, he rang up Nigel Faraj, didn't he? That was the...
Yeah.
He hasn't got enough
Amazing.
to do that he's ringing in to a radio show hosted by Nigel Faraj. And then he suggested that they team up like some kind of ugly sister act in a pantomime.
Yeah.
And,
You'd be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Piers asked her when was the last time that Boris spoke to you, and she said last Sunday.
What?
And yeah, he was like, well, what happened when you called him? And she was like, well, someone put on a fake Chinese accent saying Boris not here. Jennifer Curry was like, look, I understand Boris needs space, so I gave him his space to do Brexit, but now Brexit came and went. Brexit isn't done.
Are you sure she wasn't talking about Boris?
Maybe Boris came and went.
I think that Jeremy Corbyn missed a trick, though, this week, because if he'd have taken a leaf out of the Trumpian playbook of elections, he'd have hired Jennifer Curry to sit in the audience for the Boris one and just pose a question.
Hi, Boo Boo Bear.
He would have been floored by that. Why aren't you answering my calls?
He would have had to put on a Chinese accent.
Rees-Mogg was putting forward his sort of very calm 31st of October, come what may, do or die, and he was interrupted occasionally, and he gave way. Oh, of course I shall stand aside for the honourable gentleman. And then some angry northerner stands up and is like, and I thank the gentleman for giving way. I'd like to say you're a piece of And then it's like, I thank the honourable gentleman for his input. Then he turned his attention on Burke. Mr. Speaker, you are a very learned man. I'm sure you appreciate the responsibility that you have. And Burke, he sort of said, I thank the member for his concern. I shall continue to coin a phrase, come what may, do or die. To which Rees-Mogg stood up and had to respond.
Was he just shocked that Yoda had given the speech?
I think so. Brexit you do. He has now testified that basically Trump withheld money pending dirt being dug on Biden.
Yeah, and he said it was, by definition, quid quo pro.
What? Say quid quo pro?
I can't say it very well, but Trump can do it, but I can't.
You can imagine him practicing that in the mirror. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Because it's quite hard to say. I've got to give him credit.
It is quite hard,
actually.
yeah. You can't say Tim Apple. He couldn't say his surname. Although I can't remember it, to be fair.
Tim Apple just took it. What's his real name?
Tim something from Apple.
Tim Apple. He's definitely not a fan of sharks.
Okay.
He did announce to the public, sharks are last on my list, other than perhaps the losers and haters of the world. So...
Just one above the Democrats then to him, sharks. Parliament then proceeded to kick the shit out of Bojo. First, he went pro-rogue.
I'm pro-roguing everyone.
And Bojo sacked 21 loyal blue Tories, including his own hero, Winston Churchill's grandson. Then his bro said, enough of this shit, and just went home.
Where have you gone, Jojo?
And one of his speeches literally made a copper collapse.
Right, sorry, where am I up to?
Sorry, just the bit where he says, are you okay, Mrs. Copper? Now, Bozo has been found guilty in Scotland of unlawfully closing Parliament, not to mention Yellowhammer, which isn't a Swedish heavy metal combo, but a report about how far the could hit the fan with a no deal.
Let's stay positive.
Is this all part of a Cummings plan, or just a massive, messy mess featuring everyone's favourite clown, Bozo the Clown PM?
Stay positive, Britain. Boris was like, is that why you were late? You could hear that. And then you were late because right off the bat, he has a presser right off the top, eh?
Yeah.
Trudeau, probably didn't say A, but...
He does go over a bit smarmy, Trudeau, doesn't he?
He does. He was the alpha goose in that gossip gaggle.
And Macron, you couldn't hear, could you?
You couldn't hear because he had his back turned.
I bet he was relieved about that because he doesn't give a short answer. He would have gone into detail about why Trump was annoying.
He was loving the gossip about the weird uncle.
Let's be serious for a minute. Let's be serious. And what I thought was hilarious about it was that Princess Anne was involved. You can't see her immediately, but what you see is that weird bun that she's got. Like, you just see the top of the bun, don't you? Like, you think, there she is.
The nun bun.
Yeah, the weird, creepy sort of Gary Oldman in Dracula bun that she's got on top.
You could see the guffaws all around. Like, everyone had their own embarrassing uncle story. Did you see when someone asked him what he got her for Christmas? It was a chance for him to show his human side. She got a card and lots of love. So we know he's lying because he doesn't...
Yeah, he doesn't do love.
He didn't get a shit.
That is a loveless marriage, isn't it? It really is.
Poor Melania.
I mean, everyone knows you don't just give a card. Even if you've agreed, you don't just give a card.
I'd love to put Boris Johnson on a lie detector. Is your name Boris Johnson? That is correct. Wrong. Your name is actually Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson. Why do you lie so much? I think a hint of flim-flam is part of the de Pfeffelin charm. Wrong. It's not charming. Have you ever wanted to shag a horse? You don't actually need to answer that last one. An upcoming book penned by a senior official in the Trump administration.
This is the one that's called A Warning, is it?
A Warning.
It's a bit f***ing late for that, isn't it?